Hey guys, John from the John Muir Show here, and unfortunately we're stuck back on Rhino Watch once again as Senator Lindsey Graham has once again opened his mouth. Yeah, the South Carolina Republican, at least he claims to be, even though we know it's completely bogus. Yet he's mad that President Trump has been criticizing Graham's friend and fellow Rhino Senator John McCain of Arizona. See, Graham has gone out and said that he finds it to be inappropriate for Trump to constantly be referring to McCain, albeit not by name, at some of the campaign-style rallies that the commander-in-chief has been holding, where he refers to a whole like, hey, you know, we were going to go ahead and repeal and replace Obamacare like we said we were, and then there was a senator who we're not going to name who decided in the last minute to give a thumbs down, even though he'd been campaigning that he would help to repeal that healthcare disaster for quite some time. So Trump's been doing that for a while, but according to Graham, he should stop because Graham says, quote, "It hurts the president more than it helps him." How so, Mr. Senator? I ask you, because isn't it important that President Trump is pointing out to the American people that he's doing everything he can to uphold one of his biggest campaign promises? And so are so many Republicans on Capitol Hill. Even some of the ones that I often disagree with, they did their part as well. But we had somebody who decided to go rogue, and that was your friend John McCain. He was the one who single-handedly crippled helping Americans getting out from underneath this absolutely terrible system. Americans across the country continue to suffer by it, and it gets worse with the rising premiums, the more insurance companies that are dropping out. And you know who's getting hit worse than just about anybody? McCain's home state of Arizona. He screwed his own constituents. He lied to them, and then he had an opportunity to actually keep his promises, reward them for sending him back to Washington, D.C. again, and actually help them financially. And what does he do? He completely betrays them all because he's got some personal score with the president that he thinks is more important than actually doing his damn job. It is incredibly important that President Trump continues to point this out because, like I've been saying on my program for months now, the primaries this year, the Republican primaries, are just as important as the general elections that we have coming up this November. Because you see, people like John McCain need to be exposed. Republican in name only. Rhino, that's what they are. You send people like that to Washington, D.C., they will not constantly deliver the way that the American people, the way their constituents want them to. We need to know that going into the primaries, there's rhinos like John McCain, and there are real conservative Republicans, people who actually work with the president in trying to enact the things that we, the people, so clearly said we wanted when we went to vote back in November of 2016. It's a shame McCain himself isn't on the ballot, because I would love nothing more than for the people of Arizona to be able to get their revenge and vote him out of office as well. You see, Mr. Graham, you need to appreciate that the president of this country, as well as tens of millions of us true conservative Americans, we are trying to do the things that you have claimed as supposedly being a Republican that you have wanted for the longest time. But you know what? You and so many others didn't have the stones to actually do it. You bowed the first time Chuck Schumer or some other wimpy Democrat got in your face and tried to get into some sort of a disagreement with you. You see, with Trump, with us, we won't do that. Why can't you appreciate that? We're actually trying to do good for the country because you can't appreciate the good we're trying to do. Congratulations, Mr. Graham. You are the latest person to be inducted into our In-Great Hall of Fame. I hope you enjoy the honor. That's all the time that we have for today, but tune in to the John Muir Show Monday and each and every weekday on WTAQ, WHBL, and WSAU. Have a great weekend. Till next time, I'm out.